How do you guys feel about the beginning? It was way more subtle, and it also has no attacks to the iteration. Basically, they coincide with the melody there.
I'm rolling.
2, 1.
What was the original inspiration and motivation for writing the pieces that became The Long Walk?
My youngest brother Philip passed away in 2005, and he was on an airplane and had what they described as a heart failure. After he died, I just felt like I wanted to do something for him, to write music for him, to write a song for him, to write something, I wasn't sure what. I think it was almost a year later we found some rolls of film he'd never developed, and one of them had 36 pictures on it. And when I developed the roll of film, I kept going through these 35 pictures of people I didn't know. The last picture was this one of Philip standing with his left arm raised in the air and a sock monkey on his shoulder, and this amazing smile on his face. And the picture just wiped me out, really. And this song came to me very quickly called Where Did the Monkey Go? And it had to do with seeing pictures of him, hearing him on recordings, reading about him and kind of the memories of him and what that brings up, and missing him. I wrote that song, and that opened the gate to the music. And the next piece I wrote was the first one on the recording, Astor Place, and then in this time I realized I wanted to write a series of pieces for a large ensemble, and one piece came after another, and I worked on it for, I don't know, a long time, year and a half, and now there's 8 pieces that make up what I think of as a suite, really. They're very connected and all relating to him. I didn't go into the pieces saying this one will be about this. It didn't work that way. Somehow his presence was involved in writing the music. For example, he was very dramatic and very playful, and he liked a lot of music that I like but isn't my favorite music, like Madonna and Michael Jackson and dance music, and he loved show tunes. I love all that music and grew up on a lot of it, but I tended more to jazz and blues and folk, but I found his sensibility sometimes creeping in these pieces, and I decided to leave them there most of the time and let things go in ways that I might not usually.
How did you choose the performers?
So I had a core group of people who I knew, and I was looking for people, they had to read really well to be able to do the arrangements, because the arrangements are demanding, and I wanted people who could improvise in most any style. And I will say almost everyone who's performed in this band is a composer and band leader in his or her own right. I think that makes a difference, that they have their own inspiration going on and bring that to this music. My brother Wayne has been playing piano, aside from his fantastic playing. To have him there is just very meaningful. And we have a conductor, by the way, Omid Zoufonoun, who has been involved from the get-go, and Omid is marvelous. In many of the improvised sections, he has the go-ahead to bring in and take out musicians. So someone soloing may turn into a trio or become a duet or then a quartet, and he's pretty much the person who says when it starts and stops, so he's got some leeway there.
And you had to get them all into one studio at the same time. fantasy studios in Berkeley with Jesse Nichols.
I was looking around for studios, and I'd thought about fantasy. I'd always heard of it. Jeffrey Wood and Allison Gomer, all the people here, would just showed us around, and were so welcoming and excited about the project. And we met Jesse that day, and we arranged a time which was going to be months later. That morning we had 17 musicians coming to do this session, and when I arrived early, all the chairs were out, all the mics were set up, everything was, you know, you might say as it should be, but often isn't. And they were, I mean, they were just completely on top of everything. And then when the musicians started arriving, I kept hearing them, they'd sit down in front of the microphone and go, oh, I really like this mic, you know, for whatever instrument. So it just felt great. And Jesse was really great to work with. And then not only did he record it, but I came back quite a while later and we mixed it together. So he's an integral part of this too. The performances are great. It's quite a piece of work to get the band together and all that, because it's a big project, but it's totally worth it. It's been wonderful.